Jay has been at the helm of some of the most profound shifts in the music, video, and digital worlds.
You start saying, who's next? What causes this disruption? How do companies defend against it, or how do they topple the giants? So if we go a decade ago, everything on that screen was manufactured. And we used to worry about, ooh, those jobs are going overseas. Ooh, offshore. All those things are going away. No, we've actually dematerialized all that stuff. All that's been replaced by apps. And all the unskilled labor jobs are not migrating to the creating of those apps. And creating an app today isn't like starting a high-tech company 10 years ago or 15 years ago. You don't need a room full of iron and servers and all that. Everything's in the cloud. You don't need to spend millions of dollars of software. Everything's a SaaS model that you can get access to. And you have billions of consumers that are one click away from the most powerful machine that man has ever carried on.
Jay's sweet spot is disrupting industries with digital innovation. Everyone from the Pope to the President called on Samit to orchestrate positive change in this era of endless innovation.
When you get on your next airplane flight, walk up and down the aisle and ask each person what they paid for their seat. I will personally give you a prize if you can find two strangers that paid the same price. Airlines have the software to do this, absolutely. Hotels, absolutely. Retail will now have that, so two people pushing the shopping cart through the aisle will have the same identical items and pay different at the cash register because of what we know about them. And if you now look at the home delivery services, we're now even taking that visit out. And so with Amazon and everybody getting in Google in the right neighborhoods into delivering, that's less visits to the big box. That impacts a stock like Walmart tremendously because one less visit is $45 per customer, times that out, and they're seeing the impact. Just delivery of diapers and that data has radically changed retail.
Alibaba, largest retailer in the world, has no inventory. Google, largest content company, creates no content. These are pure technology plays that drive commerce.
Anybody that reports to me, I tell them two things on day one. First, you don't work for me, I work for you. Your job is to tell me what you need to be successful. My job is to give it to you and get out of your way. The second rule is, if you work for me for a year and you do not make a mistake, I will fire you. Because it means that you're not willing to push the boundaries.
Not causing enough tension.
He is also a frequent guest on television news networks and often quoted by major magazines, newspapers, and websites, all whom look to Jay for insights on transformational corporate change and trends across industries.
Are you living life or just paying bills until you die?
Jay contributes a unique and valuable point of view to any strategic debate.
Each of us holds in our pocket a device that connects us to 6 billion people. With billions of consumers just one click away, you only have to be right for a nanosecond to become a billionaire or change the world.
Business as usual is dead.
Our world is changing every day. Industry, technology, and you either have a choice. You can be left behind or you can benefit from these changes.
In your lifetime owning a drill, you will drill and use that motor for 13 minutes. That's their industry telling us this, okay? And if you think about it, okay, I hung the picture. Oh, do you want to do a bookcase? Okay, 13 minutes. It makes no sense to own a drill. You now got to store that drill and find a space for that drill. Start multiplying that out. Cars are parked 95% or more of their life, okay? Lawnmowers, everything. With big data, with the Internet of Things, we will now have a sharing economy. And the sharing economy, which Uber is prototypical of, or Airbnb, will go across the sector. They're doing this in all kinds of fields. So access becomes more important than ownership. And so as you're designing what your product is, and Apple was behind the curve on this, iTunes cornered the market on digital music only to find out that people always knew it would be available to them in the cloud. Why buy and own a song when it makes more sense just to have access to it as opposed to have that storage? So storage isn't just about physical stuff, it's about virtual stuff as well. So a sharing economy results in less consumption. So not only are we going to have more efficient supply chain with just-in-time manufacturing that 3D printing allows, so you don't need to inventory that part for that Canon camera. You can make it right when you need it, or the local retailer can make it, or the website can make it. But people will be actually buying less things that need less parts. So peer-to-peer rental, $26 billion market that is controlled by no one. So it's a freebie for you today. Go out there, get your $26 billion market.
Jay is a clear trend spotter who follows his instincts to create innovation. The coolest job in the industry, the godfather of digital media, known as a visionary across industries, Jay Samit, a gumption for disruption. I was consistently impressed with his ability to synthesize various points of view and sum it up in a tidy, smart package.
If I leave you with 3 syllables today, it's so, low, and mo. And that's what it all comes down to. Social, location, and mobile. Solve and build your enterprise around those 3 things, and it doesn't matter whether in financial services or beauty. That's what it comes down to.